Grand Chessboard, American Primacy and its Geostrategic Imperatives. The Grand Chessboard, American Primacy and its Geostrategic Imperatives, a 1997 book by Brzezinski examining the role of the United States as the dominant global power after the Cold War, and provides a strategic framework for maintaining its position. The book argues that the United States' unprecedented global influence is rooted in its control over Eurasia, the grand chessboard of geopolitics, and that maintaining dominance in this region is key to securing its global primacy. Key themes: Eurasia as the geopolitical prize. Brzezinski identifies Eurasia as the central stage for global power, comprising a vast area with a majority of the world's population, resources, and economic activity. He argues that whoever controls Eurasia controls global politics. The importance of American primacy. The book underscores the necessity of the U.S. maintaining its dominant position to ensure global stability and prevent the rise of a hostile rival power. Brzezinski asserts that a power vacuum in Eurasia could lead to instability and conflict. Geostrategic players and pivots. Brzezinski categorizes countries in Eurasia as either players, nations capable of projecting power beyond their borders, or pivots, nations whose location or policies have a significant impact on the balance of power. For example, players: China, Russia, India. Pivots: Ukraine, Turkey, Iran. U.S. strategy in Eurasia. To maintain its dominance, the U.S. must prevent the emergence of a rival Eurasian superpower, promote stable and cooperative relations with key players, expand and stabilize the European Union and NATO as a means to integrate and influence Eastern Europe, encourage democratic governance and economic reforms in pivotal states to align them with Western interests. The role of democracy and globalization. Brzezinski advocates for the U.S. to promote democratic values and economic liberalization, not only as moral imperatives, but also as pragmatic tools to extend influence and secure alliances. Challenges to American primacy. Brzezinski warns of potential threats to U.S. dominance, including the rise of China as an economic and military power, a resurgent Russia seeking to reassert influence over its former Soviet territories, anti-American sentiment and resistance to globalization in the developing world, domestic challenges such as political dysfunction or isolationism. His legacy. Brzezinski's work is widely regarded as a strategic blueprint for U.S. foreign policy in the post-Cold War era. It has been both praised for its clear articulation of American interests and criticized for its perceived endorsement of imperialistic strategies. In essence, the Grand Chessboard is a call for the United States to actively engage in shaping the global order to maintain its primacy, emphasizing the strategic importance of Eurasia as the key to achieving this goal. And how does this relate to Ukraine? Ukraine holds a pivotal position in the Grand Chessboard as one of the key geostrategic pivots in Eurasia. Brzezinski emphasizes Ukraine's importance in shaping the balance of power in Europe and Eurasia, particularly in relation to Russia. Its significance stems from its geography, resources, and historical connections to Russia, as well as its potential to act as a bridge between Europe and Asia. The following is how Ukraine fits into Brzezinski's analysis. 1. Ukraine as a geopolitical pivot. Brzezinski argues that Ukraine's independence from Russia is critical to preventing Russia from regaining superpower status. Without Ukraine, Russia is reduced to a predominantly Asian regional power. With Ukraine, especially if it is aligned with Moscow, Russia becomes a significant Eurasian empire capable of projecting power into Europe, Central Asia, and beyond. Ukraine's location at the crossroads of Europe and Eurasia makes it a strategic gateway for trade, influence, and security. Its alignment shapes the broader regional power dynamics. 2. Preventing Russian dominance. Brzezinski highlights that for Russia, maintaining influence over Ukraine is a strategic imperative to secure its western flank and sustain its geopolitical ambitions. Conversely, for the US and Europe, supporting Ukraine's independence is essential to containing Russia and expanding Western influence eastward. If Ukraine integrates into Western structures like NATO or the European Union, it would symbolize the consolidation of Western power in Eastern Europe, which could diminish Russian influence in the region. 3. Western engagement with Ukraine. Brzezinski advocates for the US and Europe to support Ukraine's sovereignty, democratic reforms, and economic integration with the West. By doing so, Ukraine would be less susceptible to Russian domination and better positioned to thrive as an independent state. At the same time, he warns against direct confrontation with Russia, emphasizing the need for a careful balance to avoid provoking undue hostility. 4. Modern relevance. Ukraine and contemporary geopolitics. Brzezinski's analysis remains relevant in light of recent events, including Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014 and its broader aggression toward Ukraine, which culminated in the 2022 invasion. These actions reflect Russia's strategic intent to reassert control over Ukraine and challenge the West's influence. Western responses, including sanctions on Russia, military aid to Ukraine, and NATO's increased presence in Eastern Europe, align with Brzezinski's vision of supporting Ukraine to counterbalance Russian ambitions. 5. Ukraine's role in the USS Grand Strategy. In the context of Brzezinski's framework, Ukraine is a critical testing ground for the USS ability to maintain its primacy in Eurasia. Supporting Ukraine not only undermines Russian expansionism but also reinforces the credibility of Western alliances and democratic values in the face of authoritarian challenges. Conclusion. In the Grand Chessboard, Ukraine is a linchpin of Eurasian geopolitics. Its independence and alignment with the West are essential to limiting Russia's resurgence and ensuring the balance of power in Europe and beyond. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine illustrates the enduring relevance of Brzezinski's insights, as the struggle over Ukraine's future remains a central focus of 21st century geopolitics. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more Open News Now.